Good evening, my Rosalynds and Rosikins. Mother is back. And for this video, I am going to be doing a Boondocks theme, somewhat of a phenotypical analysis and heritage analysis of my birth family that I am knowledgeable upon as of current. There is still more research and more things I need to break down within my family history. As you all know, I am speaking from a place of someone who is adopted but has, spoken to my family members, my birth ones, and who is still discovering her identity completely. And it's been a wild ride, but I assure you that I have come a long way with understanding my roots. Okay, so here we go. The first person in my family I'm going to start with is my father. My father is more of a caramel complexion. He is someone who has, I think, really pretty eyes. They're more brown leaning, but they have a certain look to them that I find very pretty. He has a very nice smile. He has like somewhat of a medium sized nose, although sometimes I feel like it looks a little bit bigger. He is someone that also, my grandmother on his side of the family, she is also a lighter skinned woman, lighter skinned to caramel. They have, I believe, this is where I get my Native American admixture from. They have Native American admixtures that I believe they do. I haven't seen their DNA results though. I only know my own. But I feel like I get that and some European ancestry from them as well. Um, I will say though that in regards to my dad's side of the family, him and his brothers all like have different skin tone ranges, just like me and my sisters. And there's definitely a good portion of admixtures within my family on my father's side. I do believe that much because I've seen photos of my family, and they are very much lighter skinned on my father's side, and they have Native American ancestry. And I find it really cool also because I believe, like for me, during the winter, I get like a caramel paler color, and I believe I get that from my dad. I really do because I'm brown skin. And so my skin tone fluctuates from his complexion to my mother's complexion, which brings me now to my mother's analysis. Oh, I forgot to mention my dad's hair. It's nice. He's always had like hair when he wants to grow it out, and it's really really nice. So my mother though, my mother, she has more of a milk or chocolate complexion. And she is so pretty. Oh, my dad's handsome too, by the way. But my mother, she's so pretty. Oh my god. She has almond eyes. I forgot to mention my dad's eyes. His eyes are, I believe, almondy as well. And her nose is so cute. And it's like straighter, but like a little bit wider at the end, but like a little curvy at the same time. And then her lips are full, but they're like tinier. My dad's lips, they're like flatter, but I feel like they're longer, like elongated, like wide wise. And she has a beautiful milk chocolate complexion. Oh my god. And she is someone that has very pretty hair. Her hair is wavy, so I'm going to say, based on the pictures I've seen and what my family members have said about her hair, I would say her hair is, I'm going to go with a 3A to a 3C type of hair texture. And it's so pretty. My dad's is more of, I feel like, 4 type of hair. like a 4A, 4B, I believe. But her hair is so pretty. And I have mentioned this before that, well, I don't think I mentioned it here though on my channel, but my mother was known for her pretty hair texture. My auntie even had said that her hair was so pretty and everybody used to fawn over her hair. My dad said what attracted him to her was her beauty because she's a very beautiful woman. Oh, I forgot to mention. So her eyebrows are kind of thinner, and then my dad's eyebrows are very much thicker. I think I have an in between like eyebrow based off of their eyes. I have her curved, rounded eyebrows, and I have my dad's eyebrow thickness to a certain extent. My sisters, they have like my mother's eyebrows too, and a combination of my dad's. And I'll get more into that. But yes, so my mother is part Caribbean slash Jamaican slash West Indian. I'm still trying to pinpoint which one, but she is part that. Her dad is that, and then her mom is African American. Her mom is more of an unambiguous black woman type of phenotype, and I believe she gets her complexion from her mom. I've actually never seen or family pictures of my mother's dad, which is interesting. I'm still trying to figure that out. Um, but it's very interesting. She was someone who would be very much into her little fashions and whatnot. And I heard that she was very like soft spoken. By the way, my birth mother has passed. Um, so for me, like figuring out a lot about her is very important. So yeah, but I have her pictures, and I have my dad's. My birth dad's still living, and I talk to him occasionally. But I think it's just very, very nice to appreciate my mother's beauty. And yes, so moving on now to my oldest sister. Um, there are four of us from their marriage when they were married at one point before they had separated, aka divorced, and before my mother had passed. So here's the thing, my oldest sister, she is actually lighter skinned and she takes after my dad's side of the family. And she has very thick, gorgeous hair. Very thick, gorgeous hair. Um, and she has uh, more like a rounded slash like arched eyebrows. And her eyes are almond too. She has like my dad's like eyes where they're a little squinty when she smiles. And then she has like the curved button type of straighter nose and full lips as well. She definitely has my dad slash mom's lips too. And she has dimples actually too. Let's see. She has a beautiful light to caramel complexion. She looks just like my grandmother on my dad's side. So my mother on my dad's side and my grandmother, as in my grandmother's, well, my great grandmother's side on my dad's side. There we go. Um, and her hair is thick and black, and it has like a wavy texture. So I would typecast her based off of her hair texture as being in the 3B to, I'm gonna go with 3C, 4A range. And I might be wrong, but it's definitely like in the higher threes, if anything, is between 3 and 4, just like mine. But I feel like hers might be looser. This sister that I'm breaking down, she actually, she did ancestry as well as me, and I was able to see some of her admixtures, and her admixtures that match mine are higher, and then there are some that are hidden because they don't have the same admixtures as me to that extent. I also want to add that I believe hers are higher, and it definitely shows more in her phenotype. And what was I gonna say? Oh yes. So what's funny too is that when they were smaller, because my two older sisters that I'm breaking down right now, and I think I'll come back to this point. So let me go ahead to my next sister though. So my next sister, so second oldest sister, she is very pretty as well, just like my first, and she looks just like my dad's side of the family, lighter skin, so light to caramel colored, literally light skin too. And she has a beautiful smile. She has my father's lips. She has a nose more like my dad. And my older sister, she has her eyes get all squinty when she smiles too. It's so cute. She has curvy eyebrows as well, just like me. And she has thicker eyebrows. Sorry, I mean thicker hair. She has thicker hair, and she is someone that she had told me growing up, her and my older sister, who were raised by my dad's side of the family, like literally, they were mistaken as Indian little girls and children when they were growing up because of their phenotype. Like people literally thought they were a different nationality. And what's funny is that those two really do take after my grandmother, my great grandmother's side, my dad's side of the family for sure, and they look just like him. And then you have my older sister that I was raised with by my adoptive mom, which was a family friend of our family, and she is someone uh, who has uh, her skin tone can fluctuate from like a caramel to a milk chocolate like mine. So me and her have more of a mixture between my dad's and my mom's complexion, while my sisters only have my dad's complexion, well lighter to my dad's caramel complexion. So me and her raised together, and she has type like 3C4A hair like mine, and she has almond eyes like my mother and me, and her eyebrows are thin like my mom's. She has more of a straighter nose, so her nose is a little bit different. Her lips are full like my mom's, but like small too, and she has a beautiful smile, and she has dimples as well. Oh my god, I just realized that. Yeah, she has dimples. Does she? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Or smile lines. I would say she has smile lines. Um, yeah, she has smile lines, and she is so pretty. Ugh. She has long eyelashes too. Me and all my sisters do have long eyelashes, and she has thicker hair. We all have hair. Oh, I love it. Oh my god! And I believe we all get it from my mom, like in regards to our beautiful hair texture. Um, she is also someone that is always been told that she is very, very pretty ever since we were children. Like she's always been known to be a pretty woman. I love her so much. That's my baby. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to me. And as you all know, this is Mother's Boondock image that was generated. You know, and so for me personally, I have 3C4A hair. I have uh, brown skin, but I could get caramel in the winter and then milk chocolate like in the summer. So it has like those ranges. Some pictures I look paler, some pictures I look more brown. I have a mixture of my dad and my mom's eyebrows. I have longer eyelashes. I have my mom's almond eyes. I have more of a nose like my sister that I was raised with. Also, I am the baby out of their marriage. I have full lips. Uh, I have. I even have a little mole on top of my like eyebrows. It's like a beauty mark. It's so cute. Growing up, especially in college when I came more into my beauty, I was asked what am I mixed with, or they would tell me I have that mixed people or good hair. I've been called pretty multiple times throughout my life by numerous men that think that I'm just so gorgeous. I love it, especially unambiguous black men. Specifically, is like the main audience or target of my affection and love. So I find that very, very interesting. um, I'm someone who takes pleasure in my admixtures. So I did do a DNA ancestry test, and I have admixtures that are European and Native American, and I talked about it on my channel um, in my beauty origin series. So I've also been told that my facial features give like a grown woman, but also like a youthfulness type of energy and aura. My eyes are very pretty. They are brown, but I feel like they look more brown in certain pictures in a certain light. Um, for me personally, I love it. I love it. I love the way that I am. I'm just so pretty. And I think it's interesting because I have been called or referred to as someone who looks like Caribbean or Jamaican, like people could see it, and how my hair really also attributes to my beauty. I take very good care of my hair. And so these are the types of phenotypes that I have within my bloodline so far that's directly linked to me. And for me personally, though, I'm going to be doing more research about my family lineage because it's powerful. And I think that's so interesting. I think it's so interesting. It's so cool how our beauty shows up differently. I remember showing pictures of my sisters, my two older sisters, and me and my sister, and I was like, "Yeah, we have the same mother and dad." And they would wonder, like, "You guys do?" Like, yeah. And that's why I say, like, with admixtures, they show up differently within your phenotype. And that's why being exotical is very much something that can be tricky at times because you know what's in your family, you know what's in your blood. But when people see you, depending on the features you have and how black adjacent you may look, people can dismiss your claims of having those different bloodline connections or phenotypical, um, I guess, admixtures and whatnot. But mine do show up, very much so. They do show up. And so I really do love I love the beauty that was bestowed upon me and my sisters from my parents. I think that they are very much beautiful people and they made beautiful daughters. And I love how our phenotypes can fluctuate. We have fluidity with our beauty and we can change it up, switch it up, and look different. Um, so that is what I wanted to say so far. And as you know, I want to dive more into, I feel like, West Indie culture and West Indie like beauty, fashion, things like that. Because I want to pay more homage to my West Indie roots as well as my African American roots, which I think I do naturally because I grew up in this culture. I think it's just very, very interesting how that plays out. And so, yes, that is what I wanted to say for this video. I hope this gives you a little insight into my family and my phenotype a little bit better. And again, for those of you who are listening, don't be afraid to do an ancestry test. It's really enlightening because, as you know, I belong to the Southern African American communities. And let me just actually say them here, like what states, to be more specific, because I want to paint a clear picture here too. Okay, so those are my regions. Sorry, I'm like literally. Okay, so early Alabama and Georgia African Americans. So Alabama and Georgia Piedmont African Americans. early North Carolina African Americans, so deep South African Americans, Alabama, Mississippi area African Americans, and just early Southern U.S. African Americans, so Central Southern U.S. African Americans. Those are like the three communities that I specifically stick out within my DNA that I'm heavily connected to, which makes a lot of sense. And I think I'm gonna do a video about how my Southern uh, communities and I feel like ancestral relation to early Southern African Americans have shaped my beauty and my mindset, things like that, and just the way that I handle things. Because I will add too that my adoptive parents are more of Southern African American old school types, and they very much have shaped my mindset and culture for me and the way of life for me. Sometimes for better and sometimes for worse. But I've learned a lot of lessons from them, so I'm thankful. I also just want to add that I have been in Togo, Cameroon, Mali, England, and Northwestern Europe, Germanic Europe, Ivory Coast and Ghana, Senegal, Western Bantu peoples, Sweden, Yorubaland, Central West Africa, Indigenous Americas North, and Iceland within my blood and within my ancestry, as one could say. So I'm not going to break down the percentages, but I am going to give you that. Um, just because some things I do want to keep to myself. Uh, because yeah, it's my DNA results, and I love sharing with you all. But I can't share everything now, can I? No, I cannot. But what I can share and what I'm willing to share, I'll share. Because I had to learn that, my Rosalind's, always be careful when you're giving out information because people will like do the most to try to destroy you because they're haters and they're jealous or they try to discredit you. Although there's nothing to discredit because I always own up to my blackness. Okay? Okay. So, anyway, this is my African American family that I come from, along with my mother. She is partially West Indian roots. So, yes. But this is our phenotype that I'm tracking. I wish I could be more descriptive with it, but I hope it gave you guys a sense of where I get my beauty from and um how I look because I don't know. I think it's interesting, is it not? And Boondocks, oh my God, Boondocks really touches on a lot of the issues within the Black community. So I love the fact that AI, because it is the AI Chat GPT, all you gotta do is ask for a Boondocks image of yourself after you upload a picture, and it'll create one that mimics that picture so you can see yourself as a Boondock character. It's so fucking cool. It's free, but it has a limit of like 6 pictures. So if you're trying to do your family, it might take a couple days, because, us Roslins, we like to do things for the free or get things for the free. So I would encourage you guys to try. Do Ancestry or 23andMe. Do your ancestry test. Learn about your lineage or, your ancestral ties, cultures you're tied to. And also, don't be afraid to generate like African American themed, I would say, family albums or pictures of yourselves and your family or illustrations because it's really cool to see yourself in a Boondocks light. I mean, Boondocks is one of the most African American shows out there. It's dope as fuck. It's like the epitome of the African American experience to a certain degree. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So please, my Rosalins and Mexicans, look into that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, and with that, Mother's gonna say ciao.